Welcome to Listen to the Heartbeat with Aaron G. And today's special guest is Jason Chico. Jason Chico is a rising scholar. Rising Scholars, for those of y'all who don't know, is an organization you can find on any local college and some universities. It's actually the second chance for those of us who was incarcerated at one point in time. And I'm honored to have Brother Jason here today. Jason's going to share with us his journey from a young adult and what happened for him to get reconnected to the scholars, because we are scholars. Jason.
Hey, man, it's nice to be here. Thank you for this opportunity. I really do appreciate it. And let me tell a little bit of my story. What made me a rising scholar? Because not everybody could be a rising scholar. I think the requirements is you have to have been justice impacted or previously incarcerated. So in this case, it's actually a plus because we don't have to hide that we've been incarcerated. Usually on applications, we have to be like, maybe I won't check the incarcerated part because they're probably not going to hire me. But the rising scholars, you want to check that because you're going to get special services and you're going to get special help because of that. So I'm here to promote like the rising scholars and all the things that they have to offer. But I grew up. I grew up in a single household. Mother grew up raised by my mother, no father. That kind of threw me out there in the risk of being incarcerated because I was fatherless. So I was trying to figure out what's a man? Is it being a gangster? That's what I thought it was. So I ended up getting in trouble early on, heavily gang impacted. My definition of a man was being a gangster. So I did achieve that. But all that got me was time away from my family in prison, fallen homies, rest in peace, mental institutions for some of them. And so that was my journey growing up. But my journey, I was also kind of smart in school, so I was able to graduate high school. So I always had that on my shoulder. I knew I had something more to myself other than gangbanging, other than the neighborhood. So yeah, man, that's my story. Grew up kind of rough, gang affiliated. A lot of lost homies that I rest in peace. But my journey in coming back to school was I always knew that I was smart, and I didn't want to leave that talent I had, because the worst thing to have is not to use your talent. So I feel like I'm using my talent here at Mount Sac, but they're letting me promote my previous incarceration and not hide it, because that's an education in itself. Having street knowledge is a degree, because we know how to reach the kids that are hurting, the kids that I feel like they're alone, that have been to jail. So we're using that degree in the street, and now we're applying it here to get our school degree. So we're like twice as smart as everybody else because we have overcame so much. So I'm excited to be here and to promote what the Rising Scholars is all about, because a lot of us weren't supposed to make it. I wasn't supposed to be sitting here, with this opportunity. I was supposed to be dead in jail or mentally insane. So the fact that I'm here, I'm willing to give back, and I want to show people that have been incarcerated that there's still a chance. Come on, somebody.
So you're reminding me of a song by E40, and E40 in his song, he said, I hope I don't go back to slanging Yale to get my mail.
Yeah.
So in other words, this has to work for us.
Yes.
It has to work for us. I thank you for reminding me that we all have a gift, right? Thank you for reminding me that I have to healing. When you're really on the healing journey, some stuff has to be revealed.
Yes.
And you revealed that you come from a single family home. You revealed that you thought being a man was to be a gangster, the street life, jails, institutions, and death.
Come on.
And so I'm honored to have you here. But for the young people, tell us how, when you became a young adult, you know how most adults, we're under the illusion that at 18 something magic is going to happen. I'm grown without the responsibilities. Tell me about that part of your life.
Well, 18, I thought, I was like, oh, I'm going to go to school, but I had bad intentions, right? I still wasn't truly changed. I wanted to be administration of justice. I wanted to work in the prisons, but not legit, right? So I was like, okay, let me try to work my way through this school thing so I could kind of go into prisons and be a little corrupt. So I ended up manifesting the wrong thing, and I ended up going to prison. Right? Instead of being on the guard, I ended up being the prisoner. So that's what I needed. I needed to see what it was like, and that time in prison and jails in and out all through my years, it showed me that that's not what I want, right? This is not how to live. We're supposed to be out here with our families, and when family members get sick and we're in there and they pass away, we can't say bye. So we have to live with that hurt every day, knowing that we put ourselves in that predicament, and our loved ones that took care of us our whole lives have to pass away or have to be sick alone, and we can't actually be there. But yeah, no, this journey for me, I feel like you have to really be drugged through the mud for a certain amount of time, and then pull yourself out. Nobody's gonna pull you out. You have to pull yourself out, or else the streets are gonna consume you. The streets don't treat you well. They don't give back. They just take from families. I just want to tell the young people that let's change the definition of being a gangster from doing bad things to taking care of your family, getting a degree. I like to say real G's get degrees. Come on, somebody.
Uh-oh.
Right? Come on. If you could be smart educationally and smart streetwise, you're twice as smart as everybody else, because the people that just have book smarts will never know what it is to be street knowledgeable, will never know what it is to hustle in the streets. The fact that we have that mentality, we have to learn how to give back now and learn how to stop the generational trauma and start a new pathway of what's a gangster. A gangster is getting your education. A gangster is taking care of your family. And a gangster is getting a degree. Come on, somebody.
He said, come on, somebody.
Come on now.
So let's talk about recovering from the trauma and the drama so that we can get to education, so we can get to looking at our assets. I remember a guy asked me to do a resume because they wanted to hire me, a company. And I say, sir, you're asking me to do what normal people ask me to do. I say, believe me, I have a special set of skills. And he said, well, when can you come to Vape? Because that's where the assignment was. And I said, I'll let you know. What I did, though, the following morning, I caught that bus to Vegas, right? I showed up on location. I had never seen this guy.
Uh-huh.
I scanned the sector. I called him. I say, sir, would you be wearing this color and this color and that color? He said, yeah, why? I say, I'm looking at you right now.
Come on.
He said, you did say you have a special set of skills. He said, let's talk.
There it is.
Right? And so I told him, listen, I want to go get something to eat because I didn't eat. He said, brother, we walked to our food. I didn't know what he was talking about.
Right? Who knows?
I didn't know what he's talking about when we walked to our food. He said, no, you can come. You're going to stay with me and my wife and daughter since you're here, right? And what he showed me is that he went and made food from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
He said, we walked to our food.
Come on.
Right? They were from St. Lucia, and a business venture started from there. So share with us why it's important to heal from the trauma and the drama and to stay focused on this new definition of what a gangster is.
Yeah. Oh, we have to heal, man. We've been hurt for so many years, and the fact that we're able to know that is a blessing, because some people never know. They just keep on going through life mad and holding grudges and not knowing why. But the fact that we know we have to heal and fix ourselves is a blessing. So now the next move, okay, how? How do we heal? I feel like healing starts with removing yourself from a toxic situation and moving from that mentality. And I feel like moving yourself from the incarceration of the mind. Yeah, we might be free from prison, but we're still incarcerated in our brain. We're limited. We're in this little box, and we haven't seen the world, so we don't know what exists outside of our neighborhood. We're so proud to be from my neighborhood. I'll die for my neighborhood, and I don't want to go anywhere else because I have to protect it. But I feel like if we show the young ones what universities look like. Let's go. Let's take them on tours. Let's have them stay in a nice dorm room to see what college life is instead of a prison dorm, because I feel like that's what a badge of honor in my neighborhood. All the homies went to Pelican Bay. Oh, he's the big homie, right? Oh, he has so much respect. I want to be just like him. So I feel like our universities in the neighborhood is prison and it's not school. So we need to change that mentality to like, hey, the big homie's in college. He made it. He was incarcerated. He was heavily gang affiliated. But look, he changed his life around. So it is possible. I just feel like we need to show more role models, male role models, female role models, and let them know that, hey, that's a G right there, and he's made it. How can I do it like him since he's the homie as well? So I feel like we have to speak. We have to let it, promote it. Instagram accounts, promote what you're doing to the little homies and say, if you need help, little homie, I'm here. I'm a homie just like you, but this is my definition of gangster, going to school. So if you have to come with me, you're going to work, you're going to do your education. But if you're involved in anything else, I can't put myself around that. But if you're ready, let's do it. And let's show the world what a gangster really is, right? Come on now.
So watch this. I'm Aaron G. that listen to the Heartbeat, and I come from projects of South Central. I've experienced the prison life, and as I'm sitting here listening to the brother, right? So we come from two separate parts of the tracks, right? Mm-hmm. And in prison, we couldn't have this conversation unless we was in church.
Right.
Right?
On, man.
Now, the Most High God has allowed us to recover in areas. You know, I'm listening to this brother, and he sounds like Malcolm X talking about we got to free our mind.
Come on, somebody.
Stop being hoodwinked, bamboozled, right? Stuck in a box that we create. The hood, this my hood, and we don't own no land.
Come on now.
Right, we don't own no land. And the further you get in the hole, he even mentioned Pelican Bay. The hole. The further you get in the hole, the more they glorify us.
Yes, you made it.
What I'm hearing the brother share is a vision to redirect not only ourselves, but being an example for others, right? What a real G is now, right, is to first unlock the mental prison so that where I'm stuck in that I can't, to flip the light on to I can, I will, I must. I must become a rising scholar. I'm not only using that term because it is an actual program, but we are rising scholars. Because think about it. I made a mistake one time, right? Okay. Some said I made a mistake, right? But it got me the job. So I was applying for a sales job. And the man asked me, he said, do you have any sales skills that you have not put on this application? And I say, yeah.
Be real.
And I say, do you want to know about it? He said, yeah. And he said, and when did you start? I said, I started at 9 years old. From 9 to 14, I sold this.
Yeah.
Didn't lose nothing, right? At the end of selling this, right, another product came online, right? And then I was curious because I seen people with these spearmint leaves and these things called Sherman cigars.
Yeah.
And so I went into the mortuary and borrowed some of their liquid.
Yeah.
So I'm familiar with sales. I'm also familiar with physical security. Mm-hmm. And the man said, that's enough. You qualify. Right? But what I didn't know, that was a gentleman that had experienced life, as you're explaining right now.
Yeah.
And he said, most people are not that brutally honest. He said, that's why you got the job. Ooh. And then he turned around and told me something that I didn't know. He said, you know I'm a friend of Bill's, right? And I didn't know who Bill was. And he was talking about Bill W. from who helped write the book Alcoholic Anonymous.
Oh,
book.
Wow.
So he was in the field of recovery.
Whoa.
Right? And he planted a seed. If you do any of that still, right, you might want to go in this direction so that you can continue to make progress.
Okay.
Look, brother, I'm honored that you took the time out to come over.
Love this.
What we can do is, if you like, is to continue creating episodes.
Yeah, awesome. I would love that. Yeah, I would love it. I feel like we have to promote rising scholars, or just promote having a voice within the new person we are, because we're still that same person, but with a different perspective and a different mindset of change. What is change? We are change. So let's promote the change that we are to help someone that's stuck, because they feel like I'm never going to win, I'm never going to make it. But when they see us, the ones that come from the hood, oh man, he made it? How did he do it? That's when they get curious and like, let me follow that pathway. And maybe they want to start doing podcasting like you, right? Oh, come here, little homie. Let me show you. Let me put you in the booth. Let me see your skills. Let's figure out your plan. But I feel like me and you, us, are making it possible because we're speaking about it. Like, look at us, man. We're not here glorifying it. We're here to say, yeah, we've been through that, but let's make changes in your life so you could change too. Come on now, you get me pumped up. That's right.
So, again, this is Aaron G with my special guest, and we're going to log off and we're going to brainstorm. You can find us on Instagram, Spotify, Podbean, and other social media platforms. When I edit this, I'm going to have music in the background. And so we're going to continue this conversation.
Okay.
And we're going to, when I edit it, I'm going to edit it to the point where when we put it on our social media platforms, hopefully it's gonna get some hits.
Oh, it is.
It's gonna get some.
It's gonna be. I'm gonna be sharing it.
It's gonna get some hits
Worldwide.
Peace out.
Come on now.